everyone. I hope that you are doing well and enjoying the readings and videos from this module so far. As discussed, we're going to be talking about each of the topics of this module in segmented videos to help break down key ideas. In this video, we'll focus on geographies of difference, which is Module 1, Section 4, where you will read about in Jenny Pickrell's piece, Geographies of Difference. By the end of this video, you'll be able to define difference from a geographic perspective and its role in shaping inequality. You'll be able to discuss why geographers study difference and recognize that difference is relational and shaped by power. So, what makes us different from one another? Have you ever thought about how these differences shape where we live, what opportunities we have, and how we interact with the world? Thinking back to our discussion on the needs of strangers, would it ever be useful to view all people and their needs as the same? While we all share universal needs such as food, water, and shelter, how we access and experience these needs varies greatly. For example, in wealthier communities, as we discussed, people may consume bottled water even though clean tap water is readily available. Whereas in lower income communities, people may struggle to access both bottled water and safe tap water, often due to environmental hazards and neglected infrastructure. This illustrates that needs are not just universal, but deeply shaped by things like geography, economics, and social status. So difference is inherently geographical. According to Pickrell, difference is a measure by which individuals, societies, and even some nations seek to distinguish themselves. It is a measure of separation, as being unlike someone, in distinctiveness. In its assertion, it creates other, those we are not. But why does this matter? Geographers analyze difference, not just to categorize people, but to understand shared experiences of exclusion, inequality, and power. Pickrell argues that differences matter most when they are shared, rather than purely individual. Reflecting on this, would you say that our differences not only shape our own needs, but also gives us insight into the needs of others who share similar experiences? So geographers study how groups of people have been historically excluded based on difference. An example of this is access to fresh, healthy food is not evenly distributed across all people. In wealthier areas, residents usually have multiple grocery stores, maybe farmers markets, and organic food options nearby. However, in low-income areas, there may be fewer grocery stores, and people might have to rely on convenience stores or fast food options. These areas are called food deserts, where healthy and affordable food options are limited. Why does this matter? As you can see, the maps on the left show the proximity of grocery stores to low-income households and those without access to a vehicle. The maps on the right show the rates of obesity and diabetes. Research suggests that limited access to fresh food might affect health outcomes, contributing to higher rates of diabetes and obesity, especially in underserved communities. And you can see in these maps that there's a lot of overlap of the rates of these illnesses with the percent of households of lower income and without access to a vehicle. The geography of food access is shaped by many things like economic policies, urban planning, and transportation infrastructure. Other differences also occur unevenly across space. For example, access to education, healthcare, and housing all may differ based on location, race, gender, and class. Now that we've looked at how difference impacts access to resources like food, let's shift to how difference is defined in relation to identity and power. The meanings or significance that we give to difference depend on our own position and identity. Pickrell emphasizes that difference is really about comparing ourselves to others, or the other, the category of unlike people that we have created. This is why difference, and therefore inequality, is considered to be relational. It demands comparison to make sense. When you watch the video narrated by Ananya Roy, notice how Roy compares the wealthy and the poor across different places in time. The people who see poverty are the ones with power. They are the ones who create the other through their words and their actions and policies. And thinking about modern philanthropy, where we might donate money, buy wristbands, attend charity concerts, all to help the poor, or in these development organizations like the World Bank, where wealthy nations or experts decide how to solve poverty, these acts create a power dynamic where the ones with privilege, or the we in this situation, define the problem, the solution, and who is deserving of help. And this is why geographers analyze difference not just as a social label, but as a structure of power. Understanding difference means questioning who gets to define others and how does that shape inequality. Now, before we wrap up, let's go over the key takeaways from this lesson. Difference is geographic. It shapes access to resources, power, opportunities, as we saw in this case of food deserts. Difference is also relational. We define ourselves by comparing the other to us, and this comparison reinforces inequality and exclusion. And then power structures shape difference. So those in power, whether they're individuals, institutions, governments, decide who is deserving and who is not. Philanthropy and things like global development are examples where the powerful define the problems and the solutions. So as we move forward in this course, I encourage you to think about this. How does your own position influence how you see difference? And what shapes the way that you would categorize the other? Thank you for watching, and I look forward to discussing this more with you later in the module. Have a great day.